Hello trainers, how you all doing? This is Sharigama speaking, bringing you some Halloween Cup battles in the Go Battle League, and I've decided to start my videos featuring this cup with Galvantula, which as you all know, I absolutely love. I think he's an absolute monster, and Azumarill and Umbreon in the back to give a decent cover against Alolan Marowak. I did a lot more battles with this team, but to be honest, this team can get a bit tiring because Azumarill and Umbreon are super tanky, and sometimes the battles could last all the way to the end. So I decided to just show you this one set that I did, and on future videos I'll show you more interesting Pokemon. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe, and that's it. Enjoy! So during this match, even though we encountered a terrible lead, Galvantula is really squishy and the charm damage just shreds it. But the backline was superior to the opponent's backline, and thanks to that I was able to win this match. GG. Another charmer lead, and this is absolutely terrible, so what I like to do in this matchup is just do as much damage as possible, because the lunge is not very effective and sometimes they don't expect the discharge, like this time, and thanks to that I was able to win switch advantage, which is amazing. The opponent tried to catch the ice beam on its Azumarill, but thankfully I was aware of that and I didn't throw, and I was able to land the play rough on the opposing Azumarill, and right now I'm able to get to another play rough before the opponent does. So we both have 2 shields, and I decided to not use them right now, but to keep it for Umbreon, because I know that at this range I can win this matchup when we are tied in shields. I also know the fortress has a lot of energy, so I still need to be careful of that. So right now I wanted the opponent to waste all of its energy, and then I switched into my Azumarill and throw the Ice Beam. And that's where I think the opponent made a huge mistake, because he maybe could have farmed my Azumarill down and then throw the Earthquake on my Umbreon, therefore winning this match, but he made a mistake. I don't know if he could have farmed it down, but that was his last play and he didn't do it, so GG. Great lead for me, but I made a terrible play right there by switching into Azumarill instead of Umbreon. Terrible misclick by me, so I decided to just suck the Azumarill, and I just turned an amazing lead for me to being in a bad spot. So right now I come with my Umbreon, obviously, and I should have, like I said, switched into it in the first place. So I'm not in a good spot. I decided to save the shields for my Galvantula, and they also have Galvantula in the back, so I was able to land the foul play, but unfortunately I lose CMP. So because I lose CMP, I decided to not throw right away and farm a bit of extra energy. And this is where I made another mistake, because my switch clock is up and I'm able to switch, but instead I throw the discharge. I should have switched and cleared my debuffs, and right there the opponent saw my switching into Umbreon. He was aware of that, so I'm not in a good spot because I don't have discharge ready and he does have a charge move ready, so GG. Going up against an Alolan Marowak, and I know I'll win this in the 2-shield scenario, so I decided to go for it. The opponent made the right choice by not shielding right there. He took the shield advantage, and this is where I landed discharge. He probably expected the lunge, and this is why Galvantula is just an amazing Pokemon. And they also have Hunter in the back, which my Umbreon is a complete wall for it, but they do have Sludge Bomb on their Hunter, so... And because they also have a shield, this matchup is still closer than it normally is. This Toxic Rock is way too low, and one Sludge Bomb isn't gonna KO me anyway, so GG. Another great lead for me. We see a lot of Azumarill in this cup, and we see a lot of Azumarill generally in the Great League. And I'm surprised they decided to stay, but then they switched into Quasar, and honestly I wasn't expecting this switch, and they were able to land a few smackdowns on my Galvantula, taking it really low. So eventually I switched into Azumarill. It took me way too long, and they have Alolan Marowak in the back, so my charge move isn't gonna do much, but the bubble damage just adds up. And I still have Umbreon in the back to deal with this Alolan Marowak, but my Galvantula is really low, so let's see how we do. I was able to charge to 100 energy basically and have almost 2 less result ready against the Azumarill. But I'm in a tricky spot because it took me a while to switch against the Quasar, so my Galvantula is way too low, but thankfully I was able to catch the Ice Beam on it. And I know I can get to 2 foul plays because the Azumarill is in foul play range before the Azumarill can get to 2 Ice Beams. But the thing is, the Azumarill took me really low, and I actually was afraid that I'm in a Bone Club range, to be honest. But thankfully it is not enough, and I'm able to land a foul play on the Alolan Marowak. Good game. And that's it guys, this will be it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.